What's up? This is Ben from WODprep, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how to always find time for CrossFit. So if you're anything like me, and I'll be the first to admit it completely honestly, there are times where I think I am too busy to work out, or life is too overwhelming, or I'm just too stressed to work out. But I have a question for you, and this is also a question back to myself, is when's the last time you actually regretted going and doing a CrossFit workout? Really, for me, never. Like, obviously, yeah, haha. If you show up and it's Fran or Jackie, it's like, oh, I regret this. But really, I always feel good about myself, and I'm proud that I went in, I gave it all I had, and then I'm exhausted, and I feel good about doing hard things, right? So in this video, I'm gonna go through 5 tactics that you can use to actually convince yourself that you have more time to do CrossFit. And I'm convinced that if you apply any one of these 5 things, you're gonna be working out more consistently, which not only will make you happier and more fit, but you'll get better at CrossFit while you're at it, because that consistency is king. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I actually have some free training tips I'd love to send you. And if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you where to get it and how to sign up and get all kinds of goodies. So without further ado, let's get started with tip number 1, how to find time for CrossFit no matter what. Tip number 1 is morning's rule. So you're probably rolling your eyes, maybe you've heard this one before, but I can attest to it firsthand. For me, as the busyness of my day happens, as work things hit me, as I get texts from friends asking if I can hang out, as the pressures of life seep into my day, it's very rare that I find time at the end of my day to work out. It's very similar to budgeting, right? If you wait until the end of the month to see how much you have left over before you actually start saving, chances are you're not going to have anything left over, right? But if I put time aside ahead of time, or put money aside ahead of time into a savings account that I can't touch anymore, then I'll actually reach my savings goals. The same thing goes for CrossFit. If I budget time early in the day, in fact, if it's the first thing that you do every morning, and I know not everyone can do that, but if you have a chance to budget time first thing in the morning, I can say firsthand that has transformed the amount of times I'm able to do CrossFit. I would say it's probably increased my attendance 500%, because what used to be maybe once a week on busy weeks, especially if I was trying to train in the afternoon, when I switched to doing a morning routine, all of a sudden when you wake up in the morning, maybe you have a cup of coffee and you go to the gym, there's nothing that's impeding on your day quite yet. Now, I know a lot of you might not be morning people, but again, this is all personal examples here. Like, I transformed myself from a night owl to a morning person by just setting my alarm and not hitting the snooze button and forcing myself to get up to go to a 6 a.m. class, or now I go to a 6:30 a.m. class. And I can tell you it's been one of the best things for my mental clarity and fitness, because when I get my workout done in the morning, then I have the rest of the day to feel rewarded for that workout. I'm also more energized, and I don't have to dread the workout that's coming later in the day, and nothing gets in the way of it. So highly suggest do your workout in the morning before any meetings, before anyone has a chance to take over your schedule. Obviously, I know not everyone can do that, and that's fine, because we got 4 more tips. Tip number 2 to always find time for CrossFit is to pay for a membership. I know a lot of people can work out at a garage gym. A lot of people have access to maybe a Globo gym or an apartment gym for really cheap, and I love that. If you're consistent and you're hitting it, I think that's perfect for you. In fact, I love it when athletes come to WODprep and they train out of a garage gym, because they can follow our programming, and oftentimes they are really, really self-motivated. But if you have a garage gym, or you have a cheap gym membership of some sort, or you have like a free apartment gym, and you're not going, then this might be the cause of the problem. I literally am standing in a free gym that I have built, okay? I can come work out here 24/7, and it has everything I need. And guess what? I can very rarely find the time or the motivation to come train here. So you know what I did? Even though I don't need to, I pay $175 a month for a gym membership here in Denver. And that forces me. Like, I'm a kind of a frugal guy, or at least nowadays I am. And because I'm spending $175 a month, you know what? I get my butt out of bed in the morning, I run to the gym, and I train at 6:30 a.m. So this mindset applies to a lot of other things in life. If you don't pay for something, the chances of you valuing it are very, very slim. There was actually a classic psychology test, whatever, with wines. They gave people 3 different wines. One was cheap, one was medium, and one was really expensive. Overwhelmingly, people valued and said, oh man, the expensive wine tastes so much better. Turns out all 3 of them are the exact same wines. The same thing will happen, believe it or not, if you pay a lot of money for a gym membership, the chances of you showing up will increase. In fact, what we found with our one-on-one athletes who are paying $350, $400 per month, it's a lot of money for fitness. Guess what? They have the highest adherence out of anyone else of all of our programs. So the more you pay, the more you're going to value it, and actually the more fit you're going to get. So if you value fitness in your life and you value the mental fitness and the physical fitness that comes with going to a CrossFit gym, please pay for it, pay full price for it, and my guess is you'll actually start attending class more. Tip number 3 to always make time for CrossFit is, this one's pretty obvious, but it's near and dear to my heart, train with friends or family. If you have a crew of bros, of gals, of family, if you have a crew that you train with and you will stay accountable to, this will drastically increase your adherence to go to the gym. I remember when I used to have a good crew of guys that I would always train with in college right after lunch, I felt bad if I had to skip. If the pressures of college were weighing on me from all around, so if my buddy who was also named Ben or Brandon or Christmas or one of the people from the gym texted me and said, yo, let's train, guess what? I'd be there. And we had this like daily ritual of training together, and we had this good competition happening. If you can facilitate that in your own life, it doesn't matter if it's at an actual CrossFit gym. This is a great way for garage gym athletes to keep up on their adherence, even though they're not necessarily paying for a membership, is have a crew. Have someone, if you're having a bad day and you don't have a training partner, guess what? All the people you're training with are having a bad day, and they're probably going to quit because it's only one person. But if you have a team of 3 or 4 people, my guess is 1 or 2 of them is motivated, having a good day, and they're going to keep everyone else accountable to train. So highly, highly recommend finding some way, shape, or form a group of a few of your family or friends or fitness family to train with to keep you accountable. I promise you that will increase your adherence, and you'll always find time to train. Tip number 4. This one is, I think, the best one of the whole bunch potentially. What's your definition of CrossFit? This is where I find a lot of people play mind games with themselves. If they don't have an hour to work out, they don't work out. Newsflash, you don't need an hour to get a great workout. Sure, the traditional CrossFit class model is warm up, strength, Metcon, and then you're done in about 1 hour. And that's great. That's a full class. You can get a lot done. But if you only have 20 minutes or even 15 minutes, my goodness, you can get an incredible workout done. Obviously, you might not get all your Olympic weightlifting. You might not get all of your accessory work in. But I think that's a problem with a lot of people who don't have time to do CrossFit, is because their definition of CrossFit is this very long thing. If maybe you can't make it into class for that 1 hour using the techniques I've already mentioned, then why can't you do a 10-minute burpee push-up AMRAP or EMOM or something like that? My goodness, if you just do 7 minutes of burpees, guess what? That's a great workout, and it's so much better than not doing anything at all. Because here's the thing about working out. Every time you do something, that's a vote of confidence for the person that you want to become. If you want to become a fit person that does CrossFit, that does hard things, every time you act accordingly, that's a vote for your subconscious that says, hey, this is who I am, this defines me. But every time you say, I don't have time for that, or I don't have a full hour, I'm just going to skip today, almost subconsciously, you're voting for the person who makes excuses. So if you want to become the person who makes excuses, sure, skip the gym when you don't have an hour to train. But if you want to embody the person that never makes excuses and does hard things and always finds a way to get it in, then allow yourself to do a 10-minute CrossFit workout if you can't go to the actual gym. So if you don't have a full hour, remember, all you need is 10 minutes. And I'd say 10 minutes is even a long workout. You can definitely get a great workout done in just a couple minutes. I just want you to reduce your definition of CrossFit, and if you have any time, you can do something. And last but not least, tip number 5, ways to find time for CrossFit always is you need to follow a program that you love. And this is where I think WODprep comes in. At WODprep, we have a plethora of training programs, but one of our programs specifically inside of WODprep Pro is called WODprep Classic, and that program is all about doing fun CrossFit. Sure, it's not the perfectly optimized skill program, which we have included in WODprep Pro, but if you're just trying to find motivation to get to the gym and you're always making excuses on why you can't go, I would say one of the root causes is you're just not having enough fun. I've always said from the get-go that the best kind of fitness in the world for you is one that you think is fun. So if you're not having fun with your programming right now, maybe it's time to switch up programming, give WODprep Pro a try, and then you're going to have so many options of different programs that you can follow. Some are short, some are medium, some are long, some are skills focused, some are weightlifting focused, some are engine focused. You can have fun using our programming, and then you'll also get the coaching support that you need to back it up. So if you can't find time to work out, here are the 5 things that you can do. Number 1, mornings rule. Find time to work out in the morning before you get distracted. Number 2, Pay for your membership. Actually, the more you pay, the more you might actually attend class. Number 3, fitness with friends or family. If you have a crew that you can throw down with, the chances of you missing those sessions go way, way down and your attendance will go up. Number 4, reduce your definition of CrossFit. Remember, 60 minutes is not what you need. You only need a couple minutes to do a burpee AMRAP. So shorten your definition of how much time you need, and then you will start working out more, because everyone, I don't care who you are, everyone has 5 minutes. And 5, find programming that you love. I would love to invite you to try WODprep programming risk-free. If you go to wodprep.com/pro, you can join WODprep Pro at an extremely low rate, and that gets you access to a bunch of different programs that you can mix and match and try, and it's all protected by a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can also cancel anytime. There's no contracts or anything like that. So if you're feeling down in your programming, you're bored, come try us out. I promise you, so many people have made the switch from other popular online programs, and they just say WODprep is more fun, more supportive, and they're seeing more progress, and they don't feel banged up. Because if you feel sore all the time, you probably don't want to go back to the gym. That probably could have been point number 6. Point number 6, follow programming that doesn't make you super freaking sore all the time. All right, so with that, go join WODprep Pro. Just go to wodprep.com/pro. If you're like, hey Ben, I don't have a single penny to rub together, that's fine. WODprep is all about giving free information, just like this video gave you. So if you found this information valuable, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. If you want some free training, go to wodprep.com. On that homepage, you can actually click a drop down where you select movements that you need help with, and I'm going to send you free training straight to your email inbox. I'd love to help you out. Obviously, I'd love it if you came join WODprep Pro, because that's the best way to use WODprep, but if you need to go free, you can go that route. Smash the subscribe button, and I will see you next week. But wait, don't go anywhere. Question of the day. What is your number 1 excuse for not training? It doesn't have to be one of these 5. Just what's your number 1 excuse for not training? Leave it in the comments below. I'd love to see what the excuse is that you normally give. For me, it's mental overwhelm and not having time, right? So that's why I've moved my workouts to the morning and I have a crew to train with. But what's yours? Leave it in the comment below. And then I want you to follow that up. If you could, please let me know what's one of the 5 tips from today that you're going to try to apply to your CrossFit. Hope you like this video, and I will see you next week.
Coach, am I doing this right? I mean, the other day I was on the internet just meandering, and I saw there was this one video where this real nice lady was doing like something like this. Is this a what? Is this the right technique? Is it?